If you took the S3X out of most relationships, those relationships would either one, fall apart, or two, become a very dull place to be. And that's because most relationships are based on lusty attraction or physical attraction. Until your relationship evolves into something different, until there becomes a new focus, then your relationship will always be lackluster. And it's only a matter of time before, again, either it falls apart, someone finds themselves straying, whether physically or mentally, or they just turn to things like adult content online, or eventually it just becomes dull and everybody just kind of gets into this rut and routine of, we get along, roommates, we kind of get along to go along. We stay together because of the kids. So many relationships, by the way, just stay together because of the kids. So I'm going to tell you why actually the practice of taking celibate breaks in your relationship is great for your relationship, no matter what your status of your relationship is, or whether it's harmonious or inharmonious right now, or it needs, you feel like the intimacy, not just in the bedroom, but overall is lacking, the connection is lacking. I'm going to share with you why taking celibacy breaks is very healthy for your relationship and your overall growth in spiritual life. Let's dive into it. Hi, my name is Nakula Das, and I help men master their S3X energy so they can become powerhouses both in and outside the bedroom and ultimately unleash their conscious leadership abilities, unleash everything that God has placed within you so you can reach your destiny and live your purpose. Celibacy in a marriage could be a shock to some marriages because the original reason why people got together was generally based in today's world is based upon lusty attraction. Now, it's not like in ancient times, like for instance, in Vedic culture, parents would be involved with the decision. So even though a woman or a man might find someone, he's cute, I like him, I want to marry him, or I want to marry her, the parents would get involved because the parents knows, hey, that's fine. I get he's good looking, or I get she's good looking, or there's an attraction there. But let's take a deeper look. And there was a scientific process. They would look at astrology. They would look at character development. They would look at family history to be like, is this someone you want to marry into? This is not, see, when you have S3X with someone, you're not just taking on a pleasurable evening as it's promoted today. You're looking at, do I want to spend the rest of my life with this person? Most people are not thinking that deeply anymore about their relationships. And because of that, they're entering into very committed relationships very early on, or just based upon the S3X attraction. But as we all know, anybody been in a long-term relationship, there are going to be tough times. People are going to get sick. There are going to be pressures, financial pressures. There's going to be all kinds of things that are going to happen that are going to put pressure on that relationship. And unless you have something deeper, that relationship's either going to fall apart, or you end up just living together and having either secret lives or boring lives, or just feeling dissatisfied but not knowing what to do about it. So how to deal with this is actually take S3X out of the relationship for some time. Say, hey, over the next 30 days or 60 days or 90 days, no S3X. Then see what's left. And then you might have some either hard truths to face, or you might discover, hey, there's so much more to our relationship than that, but we've only been using that. See, what happens is when you take S3X out of the relationship, you then have to connect on a different level. You have to discover, are you guys friends? Do you have more in common? Are you on the same path? Where are you different? And that's beautiful as well, too. It's not about just being the same. My gosh, you definitely don't want your partner to be the same. You want them to be different, to have their own individuality, to have their own perceptions. You get to discover all that. Because you're taking S3X out of the relationship for some time, you actually have to connect at a level of friendship, at a level of bonding, which actually allows you guys to bond in a more intimate way. It allows you to reinvent your relationship if it needs reinventing, and then you can bring S3X back. Also, if your relationship in the bedroom department has been very, let's say, porn influenced, meaning it's very like that type of S3X, it's very lusty, then you have the opportunity to also reinvent that to be more lovemaking and intimacy, which does wonders for your relationship and does wonders for your own hormones and healing and becoming closer. So I recommend that everybody in a long-term relationship, or even if you're not long-term, practice some kind of celibacy within your marriage or within your relationship. And even if you're in a brand new relationship, take a celibacy break or don't rush into S3X, because then you'll really discover whether this is somebody that you actually want to spend your life with. And forget the hookup cultures and all that kind of stuff. There's nothing in there other than broken hearts, drama, potentials of a lot of, STDs. And there's just so much negativity that can happen and that does happen in that culture. And that's what's dominating our world right now. So let's go back to some traditional values. Let's go back to family values. And one of the best ways to do that is to have a little bit of celibacy in your life. Doesn't mean forever. Doesn't mean to be a monk. I'll give you a couple stories. So first of all, one guy that many of you may know of, 50 Cent. 50 Cent's a big rapper, and he's talked about how where he would do celibacy breaks so that he would stay focused on his work and where he's going. Sting, as an example, a big artist, would practice tantra or semen retention, non-ejaculatory S3X, to enhance his creativity. I have a friend who, as an older gentleman, been with his wife many, many years, has kids, and he's very spiritually evolved, and him and his wife do celibacy breaks. And that's where they just take time, no S3X. That way they're connecting, and then they take, months where it's, hot and heavy, right? And they're expressing their love in that way. But they do celibacy breaks to allow both of themselves. First of all, S3X takes a lot out of your body. A lot of people don't realize that. Like it's actually quite taxing on the body. So the more you reduce S3X, the more your hormones can rebalance. Your nervous system has the time to reset itself. So this gives everybody the opportunity to chill out, to reduce their amount of lusty energy going through their body, to heal, and then to also approach intimacy in a new consciousness. Now, this might not be easy. This can have some discussions. It could be a real shock in relationships. But if you're interested in this practice, or there's something speaking to you about this, then reach out and connect with me. My link is in the description below. Would love to chat about it, how it can be done, how myself and my wife, we go through this, or we're doing it right now. And it's really been beneficial. I would be happy to guide you through the process if it makes sense to you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get notified. You never miss a video. I'll see you on the next one.